going on, everybody? Mr. Lad over here, and before we get into the video, I just want to say if you like this content as well as any other content on the channel, feel free to subscribe to the channel, whack that like button for the YouTube algorithm, and stay tuned for more great videos. Thank you so much, guys, and I hope you enjoy. Man, oh man, so it's been a while since I busted out the hood, but today we are doing it. I'm going to talk about a product that has some good presence within the detailing community. If you operate out of a shop or if you're familiar with SIO2 ceramic products, you've probably at one time or another have heard of this product, and it is the Angelwax Enigma paste wax. This 33 milliliter bottle goes for $37 depending on where you go to. My local retail detailer, supplier, whatever you want to call it, sells this for $37. You can find it for different prices depending on where you go, but you're going to find it for somewhere around that price range. When I ended up picking this up, I paid $80, but I got this, the Enigma shampoo, as well as the Enigma QED or Quick Exterior Detailer. So very simply, this is basically a paste wax of standard old school paste wax, but has SIO2 infused into it. Angelwax is very good. I really like their marketing, their presentation, how they label their bottles, their logos, all that stuff. They have great marketing, but throughout my experience of using it in a mobile realm outside in humid environments, it hasn't worked so well for me. But I'm not going to focus this video so much on how well does it work outside. Most people who use this product usually work in a shop or under a tent or somewhere where it's a more controlled environment. And so I'm not gonna let that aspect throw me away from doing a review on the product. So I just wanna kind of show it a little bit. When you open the bottle, you have this bluish, purplish, I don't know, I'm colorblind, so I don't know my colors that well as others would, but you have that look. The consistency, when you leave it outside in the heat or the warmth, you'll notice a separation and oily residue kind of go to the surface, and so that's something to keep in mind. So when you're not using it, definitely keep it inside of a refrigerator, a cool environment, something like that. But another cool thing about this product is the smell. It has a very, very nice, pleasant smell to it. It's very sweet. It's a very smooth smell. Now, me personally, I have not had a drink of alcohol or anything close to it in well over about 10 years. And so I don't know if this smells like any type of rum or something like that, but it does kind of remind me of that smooth smell. Growing up around it, I kind of remember the smells a bit, so this kind of does remind me of that a little bit. So if you like those types of smells, not the harsh liquor like, oh my gosh, that person needs to get out of my face right now smell. It's more of just like a smooth, I'm probably shooting myself in the foot right now. So yeah, let's move forward. But it's as far as the product goes, you know, because of the type of product that it is, it being an SIO2 product, obviously 33 milliliters is not a lot of product. Now, this will go far if you know how to use it. And the guy who sold it to me is a good friend of mine, Rohan Cole. I'll go ahead and I'll leave a link to his shop in the description box if you are interested in picking it up. But he kind of explained it to me a bit. You know, you want to go panel by panel. It's not like the Meguiar's Gold Class where you slap it on half a vehicle or slap it on the whole vehicle, then get wiping. It's not like that. This is more tedious. It takes a little bit more caution when approaching this product. So, you know, do keep that in mind. Something like this, you don't want to put it around the whole vehicle at first. Really, you want to go section by section. He told me wait from 1 to 3 minutes. If you're outside, I'd say on and off instantly. That's how I found it to be the easiest to use. But with that being the case, you definitely want to work in section by section, or at the very least panel by panel. Maybe if you're inside in a very controlled environment where you're not dealing with much humidity or heat, you can probably do it on a couple panels, maybe 2 to 3 panels at most, and then wipe off. But in a scenario like that, you're not really trying to rush through things. You want to take your time and make sure that you have everything worked out the way it needs to be. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to kind of show you how it works. So when it comes to this product, pretty much the standard goes, a little goes a long way. Now I'm tapping a little bit, but I just pulled this product out of the refrigerator, so there's not really any separation. But I'm kind of starting in the small section over here. I do kind of widen it out as the passes go along. You see I started kind of in a small little square area. Now I'm kind of spreading it out a little bit to make sure that I mentally I have the picture in my mind of the section that I'm working in. I'm trying to keep it in the center of the hood because the objective obviously is so we can get a good picture of the longevity and how the product holds up. I'm letting it sit for about 15 to 30 seconds, and then this video is sped up right here, this recording right here, but I'm going and wiping. Now you'll see I take the rag, open it up, and then after this I go to the plush side. Reason why is because if you only do one pass, what's going to happen is the oily residue is going to be left behind, and you have to pick that up. If not, you're going to get all these streaks and smears, and it's just going to be disgusting. All right, guys, so we've given this product 24 hours to cure onto the panel. Now what I'm simply going to do is I'm going to go over, we're going to wash it a couple times, we're going to see how the Enigma SIO2 infused paste wax holds up, as well as I'm going to introduce something new to the test. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of torture tests when it comes to things that are completely out of this world, because there's no point in testing up against those types of products. But here is something that brings real world application as well as results. I've got myself a bottle of Rain-X bug remover windshield wiper fluid. Now here's the deal, we all use windshield wiper fluid in our vehicles, whether you use something that you concoct yourself or if you use something that's pre-mixed, pre-diluted, pre-made for your vehicle at any local auto parts store or your local Walmart. So we're gonna go ahead and go over this thing a few times, see how it holds up after a few passes, and we're gonna go from there, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Alright, so that was 7 passes with the windshield wiper fluid. Now I know it may not be the most aggressive fluid, but you gotta understand it's more practical. 7 passes, I pretty much saturated the panel, and I just washed it off, and you know, it's kind of real world application right there. And look, it is still beating. It is still beating quite tremendously. So with that being the case now, that's the real world application. 7 passes and you're good to go. Let's see what it'll do against some heavier chemicals though. So I must say at the start of this right here, yes, I am hitting it with only super clean 5-to-1, but you must keep in mind that it's already been through 8 passes of cleaning, 7 of those being with the windshield wiper fluid. Now, is the windshield wiper fluid the most aggressive? Probably not, but it has to be aggressive enough to be able to handle any bugs or dirt that is on a windshield. So we must keep that in mind. After 8 rounds of cleaning, after all of that, this super clean 5-to-1, as you see, is pretty much flattening out the panel. Before, it was rinsing very well and the beading was tremendous, but now we see after this, the beading is pretty much gone instantly. Now, yes, there is going to be residue left behind, so I'm going to go over this with a wet towel, try to remove or take off any bit of residue that still may be on top of the panel. But spoiler alert, let me go ahead and give you the end of the story. Towards the beginning, it's still flat as can be. Now, what can you say? That's 8 passes of a product beforehand. But, you know, it was fun. I wanted to go ahead and just check it out and see what it would do. And I hope you guys enjoyed that information. Alright guys, so there you have it. That was the Angelwax Enigma SIO2 infused paste wax. So as I said in the intro of this video, with the link that I'll provide, you can pick up this product for somewhere around $38. I believe it's around $38 for the 33 milliliter bottle. So when it comes to this product, it's a very good product. As you see, it has good longevity, has good water beading, and it does exactly what it is supposed to do. Now, you saw me on the video, of course, I did the first pass when I just did, I just rinsed it off or washed it off to kind of get some of that dirt and debris. Remember, I live on the beach here, so there's a ton of sand and dirt in the air that settled on the panel throughout the course of the 24 hours that I let the product actually, in fact, cure. And so after that, then you saw me go over 7 times, spraying on the Rain-X bug remover windshield wiper fluid, let it sit for a few seconds, rinse it off, or I'd wash it off, something along the lines of that. Now, that is real-world application. That is practical results. That is what you can expect to see, because here's the deal. We are not running our vehicles through I mean, you may run your vehicle through a tunnel wash where they're using high pH fluids, but usually if you're doing that, you do not have a ceramic coating on your vehicle or any type of SiO2 product, or if you do, you really don't care too much about it because you want to use something that will maintain that coating, maintain that layer of protection that you've added to your vehicle. Obviously, high pH soaps they're not really meant for that. Higher pH is okay, meaning a little bit higher than the pH neutral or balanced level, but you do not want to be taking your vehicle to tunnel washes where there's pH 10, pH 11, 12, whatever it is. You want to keep it towards the 7.5 to 8, maybe push 8.5. You want to leave it in that, somewhere in that ballpark. But as you saw, it held up to 7 rounds of a windshield wiper fluid. It did very well in that case. Now, unfortunately, when I did 1 round of all-purpose cleaner, in this case it was super clean, diluted around 5-to-1, it didn't hold up at all, and that pretty much demolished it instantly. You know, and then I went over with the wet towel. It just, you know, it doesn't hold up to that. And here's the deal. These products don't really hold up to that. I know I've kind of made jokes in the past, and when I've done these types of torture tests, you know, with Meguiar's or any other product out there, it's kind of not fair. It really is not fair, especially, you know, because some of these products aren't formulated to go up against high pH solutions or high pH soaps, detergents, or liquids. They're fortified to be washed or maintenance by a pH neutral soap for the most part, because that's what is prevalent or predominant within the market or detailing community. But as far as this goes, if you were to put or have a good layer of the Angelwax Enigma paste wax on your vehicle and you go ahead and use your windshield wipers, when it gets to the crowns or to those side pillar edges of your vehicle, whenever you're driving and the windshield wiper as you're using it flings off or flies off and it hits the paint of your vehicle, you don't have to worry about there being an issue We just saw it 7 times, 7 rounds, and you were good to go, and it looked like it wasn't even damaged at all. So you got that working in your favor, guys. Once again, guys, Mr. Ladd here signing out. Just want to say, if you like this video as well as any other content on the channel, feel free to subscribe to the channel, whack that like button for the YouTube algorithm, and stay tuned for more videos and content that's going to be pumped out in this channel. If there's anything you'd like to see me review, feel free to put in the comment section below. Feel free to put your thoughts and your input within the comment section below. I look forward to responding and to commenting as well as communicating with you guys. I love the Mr. Ladd community. Thank you so much for all your love and support. Mr. Ladd here signing out. Take care.